Hello there. I am sure that you have seen the Star Wars Funko Pops in various stores over the last few years. But have you ever seen the Mandalorian minifigures? Welcome to Unboxing the Boxes, my Star Wars collection. This is episode 157, the Mandalorian Funko Mini Bobblehead figures of the first season. If you have watched several videos of this channel, well, you know that I collect Star Wars Funko Pops. And I started doing that several years ago. A couple of years ago, I found some Funko Minis in a local Five Below store. They had several figures from the first season of the Mandalorian TV show on Disney+. So of course, I had to buy them, and I found all 7 of them. So they became part of my collection. Unfortunately, there is a problem with one of them. Now, before I begin, I'd just like to invite you to once again follow the instructions here. You know, like, subscribe, and hit that notifications bell. So, let's get the child out of the way, and we'll get started on the Funko Minis. All right, now this must be part of a larger series because the numbers don't start with 1, 2, 3, 4. They actually start with number 29. So I don't know if with the minis they're just numbering all the different franchises together in one numbering system or not. I don't really care. But we are going to start with number 29, which happens to be the Mandalorian himself. And unfortunately, these boxes are glued shut. So unlike the regular Funko Pops where you could open them up, save the box, put the figures back in them again, once you open these, they're opened. So as far as the Mandalorian goes, it is kind of a cute little figure. It's a little mini Funko Pop, of course. It's a very good figure of the Mandalorian. He does have his gun in his right hand and just basically looks like a very small version of the Funko Pop. And as we can see on the back of the box here, it does show all the figures that are part of this series, and like I said, I do have them all. So there's number 29. Number 30 happens to be the Mandalorian with Grogu. So here we have a figure with the Mandalorian holding Grogu, and it looks like he's kind of jetting off, heading off into space. Well, heading off into the atmosphere in a way, into the sky, with his jetpack rocket. So that was number 30. Number 31 happens to be IG-11, you know, the assassin droid, which gets reprogrammed to become a good working droid. And pretty much just a basic figure there. And like I said again, it's kind of hard to see him in there, but a pretty decent figure. Of course, just like all Funko Pops, the head is a little bigger than the rest of the body as far as proportion goes. Number 32 happens to be Greef Karga. As we can see there, he is one that's got a pistol in both hands. Yep, he is not taking anything from anyone. One thing with these boxes that I do like, it does have the Mandalorian logo on the one side and has a picture of the figure on the other side. So, kind of nice. Next. Now, you remember I said I had a problem with one of the figures? Yeah, this is the one that has a problem with the figure. Cara Dune. Yes, we do have a Cara Dune figure here. But for some reason, as you can see, she's turned around in the box. And no matter what I try, I cannot get her to turn around the proper way. The only way to get her back the proper way, I got a feeling, is to open the box and put her in the right spot. I don't know, it almost seems like she's turned her back on Star Wars fans because Lucasfilm turned their back on her. So, do we have a political statement here with a Cara Dune figure? I don't know. Number 34 happens to be Cool. You know, our favorite little Ognot. Just a pretty good likeness of Cool. I kind of like this one. It's a pretty decent figure, especially for a Funko Mini, because there's not a whole lot of room to work with these figures. Number 35 now, we're getting to Grogu. Yep, Grogu finally had to have his own figure here, of course. And as we can see, it's just a basic old figure of Grogu. Got the big ears. Actually, his head is almost pretty much in proportion to his body. When you can see that his body is so small, where the other ones are so tall usually. But it is a nice figure of Grogu. In fact, this one, I do have 2 of them to put in the collection. The last one is number 36, and it is another one of Grogu, and this time it is Grogu with a cup. Yep, that's the difference. Grogu has a cup in this one. And as you can see, it is a soup cup that was so popular in the first season of the show. Cuteness overload in that particular scene, wouldn't you say? And once again, it's Grogu, and you know for a while there I was big time collecting Grogu, and yes, I do have 2 of that one also. So there are the 8 figures of The Mandalorian Season 1 Funko Minis. What do you think of these little things? I thought they were kind of cute. They're not, I don't think they're as nice, shall we say, as the bigger figures, but of course, we don't have a whole lot of room to work with in these little ones. But I do think they did a good job with them. Leave a comment. Let me know what you think about them. Why don't you please hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. We're slowly creeping up, but it is a very slow creep. I don't know. Have I hit the maximum I'm going to get here for this show? I know it's a very niche show, but it would be nice to get a little higher. Well, until next time, may the Force be with you and keep collecting.